Hey, we are all set. Are you? It's Juventus at the bridge, baby. Come on. Okay, but the last time when we played Juventus, we had, what? Just been through this. This time, we are back with a thumping victory like this. Welcome back to the big preview of Group H of the UEFA Champions League. Yes, it is back, the Champions League match day 5. The big game is Chelsea against Juventus, and this is the most crucial fixture of this group easily. And yes, we had lost away to Juventus, and we all remember that we just reminded ourselves. But can we beat Juventus and get that top spot back in the group? Wait, watch till the end, and I'm sure you will find lots of answers there. But before that, let's smash that like button as well as subscribe if you haven't, and press that bell notification icon. Certainly helps us, and we are bringing a lot more content and a lot more that you can expect. So stay tuned till the end and share the link if you like it, and let's get into it. First and foremost, let's talk about the form, because yes, Chelsea, as we know, have got a great victory against Leicester City away, and this game will come in the right moment for us, because this is the time when we can really go on another form and just go for the kill in both Champions League and of course the Premier League. But talking about the Champions League, because this game is the one which will determine what will happen to us possibly in the round of 16. If we are to beat Juventus by a decent margin, I'm sure we will be topping the group. As things stand, Juventus are on top of Group H with 12 points, and they have all but qualified. 12 points, 4 wins, and of course we've got 3 wins as well. But that one loss against Juventus will be a pain till the end, I'm pretty sure, because apart from that, Juventus have scored a lot of goals and we haven't been able to score as many goals. So I think goal difference may come into picture. Supposing we beat Juventus, which obviously we are aiming for, we still are behind Juventus by 2 goals right now. So we may have to beat them by 3 goals, provided the last game, goes into that decider, right? But again, we all know that last game that Juventus have,
It's not fair that this is even something that I think anyone has to go through.
chances are less. I have to be realistic here. Chelsea may not top the group this time around. It may be similar to the 2019-20 season on the Lampard. There it was us, maybe, we kind of, it was an unforced error, simply put, because of the fact that we gave Barkley that penalty. Again, I don't want to go into past, but maybe, this is a game which will basically help us avoid a Bayern Munich in the next round. So we cannot take things very lightly. But having said that, I have just watched the press conference of Thomas Tuchel just an hour ago before I recorded this video, and there has been some surprise. Yes, there has been some surprise. Kai Havertz is not fit. Kai Havertz is injured. He actually, I think, has a hamstring injury. He was feeling his hamstring, is what Thomas Tuchel mentioned in the game against Leicester towards the end. But that again, all but means he will not feature. Probably not in the start, right? Not in the starting 11 for sure. But let's see if he features in the game at least. But whom do you start against Juventus? Of course, against Juventus away, we went in with a regular formation with everyone kind of fit, but we didn't take our chances, and we all know what happened. Chiesa, scoring against us on that counter, which Juventus are great at. So we have to basically take care of that. So in defense, we need someone who basically can negate that kind of counter attack. And for me, experience is the key. That is why I will start with Azpilicueta at right center back, along with of course Mendy at the back. And hopefully this time around he gets a clean sheet, Mendy, that he deserves, which he lost in the last game against Juventus away. But again, he has done well otherwise in Champions League against Malmo and whatnot. In centre back, I would actually start Andreas Christensen. Ideally, I would have liked to start Thiago Silva because he has experience of playing against Italian teams in the past and, of course, experience in general. But I think the fact that he played against Leicester and travelled away, for Brazil during the international break, I don't see him starting this game. So Christensen, who rested the last game, comes in. Left centre back, tried and tested, our evergreen Rudiger. And the wing backs, I would keep it as it is. Yes, we've been playing a lot of games and will be playing a lot of games. And Reece James did play for England as well, if I remember right, as did Ben Chilwell. But I would actually start them because they have been in terrific form and they have what has got us clicking, in my opinion, right? And in central midfield, Jorginho, yes, he came off a little bit injured towards the end of the game, but as per Thomas Tuchel, great news, he is fit. But will he start? I don't think so. I believe Ruben Loftus-Cheek, like again, we have been calling Ruben Loftus-Cheek to start every game, but Tinkerman Thomas Tuchel doesn't start him. Again, he knows the best, but for me, Loftus-Cheek was wonderful against Juventus in that cameo he had, in Turin. So I would actually start him, of course, with N'Golo Kante, obviously, right? Against a big team, this is one of the biggest games of the season, at least until now. Up front, well, interesting with Havertz out, whom do we start? Mount is not in form. Did not play well against Leicester. So I would actually start Pulisic. Yeah, Pulisic scored off the bench. I know he is more of an impact player for me, if you really ask me. But again, he's a great player. Quality, definitely shines in the Champions League. He's done well in this competition previously. And he can play that false nine as well. Timo Werner against a low block Juventus, I doubt it, like if it'll work, right? Get on Timo in the last half an hour. Get on Romelu, who's probably not fit to start, but maybe, just about training as per Thomas Tuchel for the last 15 minutes, right? Anyway, we have 5 substitutions. Play 3-5-2 towards the end of the game. And maybe even go for that goal difference, But again, start with someone who's really fit and fitting the team, versus Juventus. So I think Pulisic, along with I think Ziyech, who obviously looked really great against Leicester, I must say. So that kind of deserves. I know again, player of the bench who does well. Usually when the player starts, definitely goes missing. But hopefully that's not the case, and he comes well to start. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's looked great when he started. In fact, Thomas Tuchel, I believe, hasn't lost a game when Callum Hudson-Odoi started. Wow, what a stat, right? Kovacic, unfortunately, is still injured. Let's hope that he's at least fit for the bench against Manchester United at the weekend. And Romelu Lukaku as well. But yeah, at least Romelu Lukaku is fit for the bench, hopefully. So yes, that is my team. Again, do comment below what do you think is your team to begin with. And let's get to Juventus. Now, Juventus, they have been through a terrible run of form in the Serie A until last month. But this month, suddenly they have woken up. Yes, they have got like 3 back-to-back wins. Wow. In fact, at the weekend, they beat Lazio away. Yes, it's Mauricio Sarri's side. Mauricio Sarri, who's ex-Juventus manager, ex-Chelsea manager, they beat his side 2-0 away. And Mauricio Sarri was also kind of booked at the end. Wow, what times, right? As in, that's ironical. But anyway, it was 2 Bonucci penalties. So the kind of play that they would be playing. They would be playing in the counter and trying to nick that goal or nick that penalty, That's what Juventus game is. And Bonucci and the Italian mindset is right up there with Juventus. So I know some of the Italians have had very bad international break, but that win against Lazio will get them pumped up. And of course, the recent form as well. So in terms of the fitness, though, I believe they have a couple of players missing as well, like Chelsea, and I believe their second stalwart Chiellini is missing. And apart from that, it's Bernardeschi, who played in that first leg, if I remember right, in Turin. and he is out as well for the game, as is Danilo, who's played decently well at right centre back when they've gone three at the back. So I think these three missing would be key for them to be set up. I don't know. I know they set up as a 4-4-2 in the first leg against Chelsea when they won. But would they change it, do you think? Well, for me, there's no reason to change it because that worked for them, even if it was at home. I don't think the tactic will change. So Allegri will probably keep the same formation in my opinion, right? As in he might as well go with a 4-4-2 again. Of course, with Danilo missing, maybe Quadrato slots in at right back, right? As in that's a possibility. And I think ahead of him would probably be Chiesa. Yes, Chiesa, the person who scored in that first leg. He is Chelsea's danger man, of course, always linked with Chelsea. On the left hand side, it will be Alexandro, and of course with Rabiot. Yes, Rabiot had a decent game. I know he missed that chance to counter once against Chelsea, but I think him playing on the left is something of a weird call by Allegri, but it's kind of worked at least in Europe. And in centre back, they will have De Ligt, another player linked with Chelsea, and of course Chiellini. So it'll be interesting how De Ligt does, especially against our floating forwards, because I'm not expecting a proper number 9 starting the game. And in midfield, they will have obviously Pulisic's national counterpart McKennie along with Locatelli. So that's a strong midfield. But of course, we have N'Golo Kante. So I think that should be taken care of. Up front, of course, is the key for them. Like Morata and Dybala both missed that first leg. I know Dybala, there are question marks and he is a little bit doubtful for the game. But it always happens against Chelsea, right? When someone is doubtful, you know that the person is playing.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
So Dybala is going to play and Morata is definitely going to play. He has a point to prove against Chelsea fans. And it'll be interesting how Stamford Bridge reacts to Morata. For me, definitely there will be boos. But again, the guy for me was treated not absolutely rightly. But again, he didn't treat the fans rightly either. So it's kind of a mixed bag for me. But yeah, interesting. What's your call? Is that the 11 that you would go as a Juventus manager? Again, fantasy managers, do check it out, and we get calls right because yes, in the last game against Leicester, we got the scorers right as well. A couple of them at that.
Well, I'd go for a Chelsea win, finally away at Leicester after so long, and for me, it's got to be the player who scored thrice against Leicester in recent times, Antonio Rudiger. I think he'll get the first goal, and it will be Christian Pulisic coming off the bench and scoring.
So in terms of predictions, well, for me, the key battle first. The key battle for me is certainly how Chiesa does on the wing. And our left wing is the key. So that is why I did not play Alonso and I'll have Chilwell. He will be able to counter Chiesa. And that's just me. I know Chiesa is world class. He is in the current form that he is. But I think Chilwell is not far behind. So he will be able to take that. But Callum Hudson-Odoi, will he be able to track back? Him versus Cuadrado is another very interesting kind of battle because Cuadrado is a right back who kind of bombs on, but will he be able to do that with Callum Hudson-Odoi bombing on? So it'll be interesting who kind of defends or who kinds of attacks in the wing because our wing play has been crucial. The wing backs tucking in, it'll be even more crucial that Callum Hudson-Odoi and Hakim Ziyech play their roles to perfection. Prediction time, it is certainly a Chelsea win, but I'm afraid I have to say that, just being realistic, I don't see us beating Juventus by a 3-goal margin, but we should be able to beat them 2-0. Yes, I'm going 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. I know we have beaten Juventus only once on 5 occasions that we played, but that win also was at Stamford Bridge, albeit it was a 1-0 win and it was 12 years ago, but still, go for it. It is the time and this is the game that everyone needs to go all in. The weekend, I know it's difficult as Manchester United, but let's see how it is. And I would like to see your predictions and who are the goal scorers. Let's see if we get it right this time around. So for me, certainly again, a substitute will score off the bench and it will be, yes, Romelu Lukaku coming on late and scoring the second when Juventus go in for the equalizer. And starting the game, there will be a goal scorer in the first half itself, and that's very important. And this goal scorer has to be Christian Pulisic again, who will continue his goal scoring form. He has been very good in the Champions League, and I can see that he will take this chance with both hands this time around, and this time he has to prove it. No more injuries, crossing fingers, and hopefully Havertz isn't badly injured either. And till next time, take care. I hope you all liked it. Smash that like button as well as subscribe, and do press that bell notification icon as well as share the link if you like it. Come on, Chelsea, we need a win this time.